Hey everyone, today I'll be reviewing the filmmaking abilities of the new iPhone 16 Pro. Over the course of this weekend, I'll be going over the new 4K 120 frames per second feature, the new 48 megapixel cameras, the low light performance of the 16 Pro, the new audio mixing feature, the new photographic styles. And finally, we'll be doing some analysis in the post-production workflow, taking the log footage, pushing it, see if we like it or not. But before I forget, the headline announcement was the camera control feature. And so let's see what me in the future thinks about that.
The iPhone. I remember her like it were yesterday.
Hey, that's too far in the future. Run the clip. Yeah, fuck it, I got something there. Hey, good jokes from me, huh? Anyway, look, let's get right into it. Don't want to waste anyone's time. Yeah, first things first. Camera control is what they've called it. I've heard online, I've seen other reviews where they say it's a button, and Apple don't like the word button. You know, they want, there's some sort of branding thing they want to just stay clear of with the whole button thing, but it is a button. You can genuinely, I've got a case on it now, but it's the Apple case. That thing there is a button. You can hear it. It's a little bit finicky. It takes some getting used to, but all in all, I would say it's a nice addition, and I'm looking forward to like slowly getting used to it. There are points where I can imagine myself, if I'm trying to get lots of little pieces of content, I just forget to use it, because just using the screen, the touch screen, is like we are used to on iPhones, is just so like we're used to it, you know, it's very intuitive. So I could see myself kind of just being like, oh, this takes a bit too long to be, you know, pissing around with my finger on the side of the camera. The 4K 120 frames per second feature, I would say, like, it is cool. It's cool, but it's not like reinventing the wheel. It's nice. It's nice to be able to pick your playback speed, and it looks like quite clean slow motion, and I don't have too much to say on that. It just works, actually. It's fine. The 48 megapixel photos, you can see the difference. 3000 by 4000 versus 6000 by 8000. It's basically the same photo, but one was taken in a DNG format, which is a 48 megapixel, and this is your regular 12 megapixel. When I was filming this footage, I was using the Final Cut camera from Apple. What I realized is it still doesn't give me, as a filmmaker, the level of control that I'd like. What you can't do is control the shutter speed, which is a huge part of filmmaking. And that is why I use Blackmagic, their camera. Here you have control over everything. For the foreseeable future, I will be using the Blackmagic camera instead. It does ProRes 422. You can do Apple log in HDR. You can as well, which is cool, is you can actually use shutter angle in this. So even if you went into slow motion, it would still work, which is great, which is fantastic. When we're talking about low light as well, I do think it's just really, I'm really impressed with the low light here. The low light on the ultra wide is just not as good, and I understand why. It's a wide, very wide angle lens, but the 1x is pretty damn good these days. The audio mixing feature also is pretty good. All the audio mixing feature is, to my ears, is just AI voice isolation. It's the same stuff you get in DaVinci Resolve. It's the same stuff you can get on platforms online that help you clean up audio. It's just Apple's version of it, and it works. I'm gonna show you the different examples now, and in a noisy environment.
That is insane, actually. That is insane, actually. It's so funny, though. We're such like fucking millennials. Like,
Yeah, I know. So as you can see, or hear, rather, it's pretty good. It does its job, but and I could see myself using it from time to time. You're filming your friends and you just want to put it straight online, and there's a bit of noise in the background. You're like, well, I can just kind of do some audio cleanup right now in the camera. Audio mixing feature does get a thumbs up from me. Photographic styles. So, to be honest, this is more going into photography than the filmmaking side, but if you're like me, you also take a lot of photos with your phone because, I don't know, you like grabbing stills too. Because I usually edit photos in third-party applications, I've left mine on standard, so then I can have a nice neutral image, so I can go do effects afterwards. What I do enjoy is the ability to change the tone, because with iPhones, a lot of the time, you take a picture of something and the computational photography is like brightening up parts of the image that you just want to keep shadowy and you want that contrast. I also want to give a shout out to the 5x telephoto lens. I really like that they implemented that. I remember I've upgraded from a 13 Pro. The 5x telephoto is such a nice addition to this phone. So huge tick on that one. I've got a clip of an indoor scene and I'm just going to do some grading and see how I can push it. It's very colourful. I mean, here is the log. That's straight out of camera. This is quite unprofessional, by the way. I'm literally just having a bit of fun doing a very quick grade. Maybe take that down a little bit. Let's do a contrast up in here. Yeah, just keeping it real. I downloaded a LUT off of Apple's developer website, which is their Apple log to Rec709. So that's that one there. Yippee yippee. Warm it up a little bit, just a touch. I mean, that ceiling is hideous. Yuck, it's so green. Because what I would do usually is just put a little bit of green into the footage. I don't know, just make it a little bit gritty, you know? That looks quite cool. Ignore the green ceiling, but now I'm just going to add some grain. Maybe I'll do 35mm. This is just us in a shop, by the way. We're on a night out. This is over the weekend. Yeah, still got those photos.
Is this a vlog right now?
You can see, for instance, here, you can see that stabilization is on, and I don't like that much. That was a homeless guy. Also with this is the camera is auto adjusting the exposure, which I would change if I could, or have more control over that, which I think you can, so that's on me. Not a very good test, is it? Now we're going to bring in the black magic footage. This phone is incredible. I really do think that if you can, for instance, control your shutter speed, use some ND filters, maybe do a lot of tripod stuff, because I think when you move the camera and it has lens flares that are a bit annoying, and stabilization, you can see the stabilization, it ruins it a little bit. I think this is an incredible filmmaking tool, and it's not the nicest thing to hold in a way, because it's designed to be held like this. If you think about it, you just get this out of your pocket, and the power that gives, I think, is just unreal. It's so amazing. You just have this incredible filmmaking tool in your pocket. But the next video I release, I'm not going to be in London anymore. I'm going to be in California, which I find crazy. I'm going to be there for 2 months. I want to make a lot of videos out there. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Let me know your comments. Tell me if you found this video shit or not. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Adios.